What is going on, guys? My name is Arnold, and today, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids alike, we have a huge update on the forums regarding territory battles, which seems like it is coming up very shortly here. We've been getting a lot of these forum updates regarding territory battles, lots of information sprinkled here and there. And today, I think this is the most information we got about territory battles. And man, oh man, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of action for the guild. So let's get into it, read what is going on, and then we'll kind of wrap up with some of my thoughts and some other news in case you did not catch it in my video and Mobile Gamer's previous video. But let's get into it and see what Territory Battles is offering hopefully soon in this game. So as we've known so far, Territory Battles, it's going to be a new cooperative game mode for your guild as a whole. Right now, we just have the AAT raid as well as the Rancor raid, and Territory Battles is going to be completely different than what we've expected, and this will be in the guild cantina room. Now, someone on Twitter sent this my way. Apparently, this was found on some sort of Star Wars media outlet on YouTube. I think it was called the Star Wars Show or something like that. I may be wrong. So that's where we are going to locate this particular battle, and you won't be able to unlock this until you are level 65. And man, the first thing we have to point out is this map. This is totally not linear compared to like the AAT or Rancor where you just go through phase 1, 2, 3, 4 and call it a day. This looks pretty dynamic. We have like various spawn points, it looks like. It kind of looks like the game Risk. If you've ever played the board game Risk, this kind of reminds me of that type of lineup. And this particular territory battles will launch on the planet Hoth, and it will be called Imperial Invasion. And this is something that brings your entire collection to take over strategic landmarks and ward off the Imperial forces. And it looks like there's going to be special opportunities for the Rebel and light side forces. And they've mentioned previously in other posts that entire collection also includes your ships. So perhaps I see some TIE fighter pilots back there. Maybe there are particular stages where you got to bring in your ships, take them out. So if you don't have ships, this might be a good time to start working in them because this might be important for your guild's overall achievement so far. And unlike the AAT and the Rancor raid, this is something that's supposed to go over a 3-day period. And there are 6 phases that last 12 hours long per phase. That's a long time per phase. And then since we're using our entire collection for that 12-hour window, they are saying that after that 12-hour period expired, all the characters will reset and you could use them once more. And the first phase, it looks like there are like particular times where they start too, which is quite new. The first phase begins at 6 a.m. local time and based on the time zone of the founding guild leader. So this might be something that you need to talk with your guild leader. If you have a guild leader that is in a totally wacky time zone, it might be an issue, but it's a 12-hour window, which should give most people enough time, no matter what time zone they're in, to get in there and do their thing. But it's probably best to try to figure out a way to get a guild leader who has a time zone that can work for most of your guild mates, perhaps. And the goal of this territory battle is earning something called territory points. Now, not every mission will have territory points, as we will find out, but you want to be strategic with how this is going to be, how you're going to place your troops to maximize your territory point contribution. Again, they don't give too much information. They're just kind of dropping it in there saying that a lot of coordination is going to be needed across the whole entire guild to make sure you are getting the most possible stars possible, which looks like it's going to be about 3 stars per phase if I'm looking at this correctly. And if you want to progress to the next phase, you have to at least get 1 star. So if you fall short, it looks like you have to wait until the next phase begins. So you want to try to get that 1 star as early as possible so you don't get set back another 12 hours. Now, at first I was a bit confused what all these flat arrows on the ground meant, and what they're saying is that it shows how to unlock each territory going beyond the very first territory that we see at the very left corner. And after that first phase all the way to the left hand side, assuming you get that 1 star to move on to the next one, guilds start to make decisions focusing on either all their troops on one particular territory or spreading them out across the map, trying to cover the most land possible. But if you're spreading out your resources, you are lowering the chance of being able to get 1 star in a particular territory. And if you can't get the 1 star, you don't move on beyond that particular territory. So you have to make decisions. Are you going to focus everyone on one particular plot of land so you're almost guaranteed to move forward? Or are you going to take a risk, spread everyone across, and hopefully cover the most land possible going forward? And now, deployments. Now, what they're doing now, it says Territory Battles is the first feature where every unit collected and every upgrade provides value, including units seldom used in combat. So let's say you have Coruscant Underworld Police, Gear 11, 7 stars. they're going to provide a somewhat of a benefit for this particular territory battle. And this is made possible by a new stat they are working on called Galactic Power. It's the sum of all the power of your characters and your ships, and Galactic Power increases with every modification you give them, including the level, ability levels, mods, star rating, and gear. Everything gets focused in this particular Galactic Power stat. Now we see that at the very top, I think it says unallocated 1.3 million. I'm guessing that's Galactic Power. And I also saw in this other picture that it looks like we also have a guild Galactic Power. At the very top, it says 60 million guild Galactic Power. So that's probably combining the whole entire inventories of your entire guild. So it's kind of signifying how powerful your guild actually is. And when you're deploying, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Are you going to put all your eggs in one basket? Are you going to spread them around? And as I said earlier, after the 12-hour phase is completed, all your units refresh. So it seems like you just want to use your entire inventory during that 12-hour phase to make sure you're getting the most possible and your guild is getting the most possible out of your inventory. So really, it's going to boil down to being strategic with your resources. You have limited resources, a lot of decisions. What are the best decisions going to be? We don't know just yet, but it's something we're hoping to find out soon enough. And now we got combat missions here, and it looks like we have 6 waves per combat mission of enemies we have to face. Looks like we have various snow troopers and other sort of foot Imperial soldiers. And apparently what's going to happen is that every phase or every wave you clear, you keep earning more territory points. So let's say you're unable to beat all 6 levels or all 6 waves. All the territory points earned for completed waves will count towards the guild's total. So again, every little bit counts. So let's say you're stuck with a Coruscant Underworld Police, level 1, Gamorrean Guard, all those little guys. You can still try to get through a couple of waves to kind of chuck a few more points for your guild. Again, every little bit counts out of your inventory. And there's been a lot of speculation about this next part. I've seen a lot of stuff on Reddit. I'm not going to go into it, but combat missions have special requirements for which units to use. And it looks like most commonly they are going to require light side characters or rebel characters. So this doesn't look like that dark side characters, at least from this post. I don't know yet, but they're making it sound like that these combat missions, they don't really lean towards the dark side faction and giving them some importance in this. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm a little bit bummed, but again, this is just surface information. So there might be something that they're not telling us right now. And I guess there are some bonuses for units that are important to Hoth and Rebel. So I've been speculating about this with Mobile Gamer a long time. We said in videos way back when that we recommend we knew when it was announced that Hoth was going to be this territory battle, we just said farm whatever is Hoth related if your goal is to prepare for territory battles. So we have Snow Trooper, General Veers, the Hoth Rebel Soldier, Hoth Rebel Scouts, and there are some others that I'm probably forgetting right now. They might have a purpose here, but as we see, it looks like light side characters and rebel characters will be the preferred characters to earn the most combat or territory points as we see. And now this is really interesting. We have these things called platoon missions, and man, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but let's just read what they are saying, because just to kind of get the best idea possible. And with these platoon missions, all guild members work together to complete these platoons. I see we have platoon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each platoon requires 15 specific characters with a minimum star level. So there will be minimum star level requirements for some of these things, I guess, for platoon missions. And the platoon mission progress is shared across the whole guild. So again, we're all working together here, and players are limited in how many slots they can fill individually. So guilds must coordinate to fill every slot accordingly. And in addition to earning territory battles for each completed platoon, guilds can unlock powerful abilities from strategic landmarks like the ion cannon. And every 2 platoons that are completed upgrade the magnitude of the platoon's mission ability. So we're level 1 right now, or tier 1. I'm guessing after you complete 2 of these platoon battles, we get to upgrade this bad boy. If you do the math right, if you complete all 6 of these guys, you get to bring this all the way to level 3, doing the most damage possible or getting the most power out of this ion cannon as possible. I could use a lot more information on exactly how this works in application, but again, this is just surface information, just kind of getting us excited for what's coming out here. And now we are closing up this article here with something called special missions. Now we have those combat missions and we have special missions. And special missions, instead of earning the territory points as we've been looking at, players can earn unique rewards for the entire guild. For example, one special mission can unlock the Rebel Officer Leia Organa, as we talked about a while ago, for every guild member that completes it. So this is where you can probably farm some cool stuff. And then special missions are a bit more challenging, but they have stricter requirements and they don't show up as often, but they have really great rewards, such as these unique characters. When it comes to reward distributions, they're saying that the rewards are tied to the number of stars earned in a particular special mission or territory combat mission, I'm assuming. So the more stars you get, the better rewards, I assume. But we also earned some new guild currency called the guild event tokens, and these can be spent on things like Gear 11, Gear 12, and shards for characters like Rebel Officer Leia Organa, Captain Han Solo, and Hermit Yoda, which we still do not know nothing about, which probably will be interesting. And every guild member that participates will be earning the same amount of rewards across the board. So if you do a lot of work, you're going to get the same as the little guy, vice versa. But a lot of these big guilds, they're probably going to put a lot of effort in, so I don't think this will be a huge problem. But for those who like to have the competition kind of show who's the macho man in the guild, they have some friendly competition here. It's kind of showcasing the stats screen, which kind of ranks people based on their contribution, but the ranks aren't going to affect any prizes, as they say. And now we got 2 leaderboards for this whole competition in the guild. We have the Guild Galactic Power, which is the sum of the guild power of all the guild members, and now we also have the highest star count earned on the territory battle. So the star count leaderboard resets every month, kind of like the Rancor raid and the AAT raid, and the top 3 guilds from the previous month will earn the bragging rights of having their names show up in the cantina. So we already kind of have something like that for the AAT and Rancor raid, but it's always fun kind of getting guilds to compete with each other, friendly competition of course, and to have people inside their own guilds to kind of motivate each other and kind of be excited that they were the top contributor for their guild. And that is pretty much the whole article here. There's a lot of stuff here, but still, even all this information does not tell the full story. And in case you guys did not see my video and Mobile Gamer's previous video that we did together, we mentioned towards the end that him, myself, and Warrior were invited to Sacramento. That's the studio for where Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is, and we were invited to come out for a day. They want to show us some stuff we don't know just yet, but with this post coming up today, I have a feeling and I'm hoping we can get you guys some Territory Battles gameplay, but still nothing confirmed just yet. We will have to wait and see. So make sure you stay tuned to all 3 of our channels. We'll probably have some sort of goodies. They don't fly us out to visit them for no reason. In case you are wondering, in-depth review got delayed because of this today. I was working on my in-depth review and this popped up. So I'm hoping to get my next Commander Luke Skywalker in-depth review in for you guys. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of information that was dumped on us here. But be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. We have a lot of stuff. I'm hoping we get something cool out of this trip that I'm going to tomorrow. And also like this video and comment down below, what do you think of all this? When I'm going on my trip, let me know if there's maybe something you want to clarify. I'm going to try to do my best to get as much information as possible about this. But until then, we will talk again very soon. I promise. Peace out.